So I wanted to do a quick video on Fresh and Fit because some people kind of brought up this issue, and I saw it from Abba Preach like a month ago, and it's I've been seeing it on other people's channels here and there. Even the channel I moderate for, I specifically saw that, I guess, the most recently. Between that and another channel I watch often, I think I saw Karen Truth as well. But I have a different perspective on this whole situation with Fresh and Fit. Specifically, the part with the Night Riders comment and Shaniqua or Quisha or whatever comment that Fresh made. To me, I don't see it as a color issue, honestly. The reason I don't is because, if, for example, we had, someone that looked like Fit or whatever saying that they weren't ghost riders and they were referencing light skinned black women. What we have an issue, would anyone even say anything about this? Some people would laugh, only maybe two people would say anything about it. No one would really mention anything about it if somebody was attacking light skinned women. Specifically, a dark skinned black man. No one would really say anything about that. They would just say, oh, that's his preference, right? So to me, I don't see it that way with someone who isn't dark skinned. In Fresh's case, he's not a dark skinned black man. I would say he's medium, he's caramel. I know some people have shown him with a darker hue sometimes, but if you look at him, he doesn't have a dark hue. If anything, he can tan a bit, but he's not dark. And you can tell that next to Fit, obviously, he's not dark skinned. Now, a major thing I notice with Fresh is not specifically anything based on color. To me, specifically said, if you're not dark skinned, to me, I don't really think you have to have any preference. And if you're mean about it, well, that's just you. But I don't consider that colorist because this is a personal issue. But the issue is this. He specifically said night riders, okay? He specifically said in another video that he doesn't like to touch women, does not like to have foreplay, will not go down on women. The idea here is almost that this guy thinks that women, well, down there, look in a way that he doesn't like. He does not like female genitalia, maybe, or something, of that nature, where he might not be all that attracted to women, basically. And I mean, you could say that the Night Rider's comment is just a slip of the tongue. He made a mistake, maybe. Because I mean, like, if you paid attention to, okay, people were so focused on the fact that he wasn't attracted to dark skinned black women, they didn't even pay attention to the fact that the man said riders. He said he's riding. He's not a rider, basically. Implying that when he has sex, he's riding something. And I mean, he's a guy. So if you are thinking of riding someone, that doesn't sound so heterosexual to me. I don't know what kind of women he's involving himself with that he can ride a body part of theirs. Probably not biological women, you know. So I mean, to me, his statement there implied that he might be a homosexual. He might be gay. And maybe, like I said, he made a mistake in what he said. But it wouldn't correlate with the whole situation of how he's not attracted to women in general. And he obviously isn't attracted to women in general because he doesn't want to touch them, doesn't want to do foreplay with them. He doesn't want to go down on a woman of any color, which lets you know he has some gay tendencies. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's there. And many women of many different colors do not really want to be in relationships, having sex with men who don't prefer their bodies, okay? Because if you're not comfortable with a woman and her vagina and you don't want to, please her, you're not going to be good with sex. Obviously, gay men aren't really good with sex with women because, I mean, well, women aren't their preference. They need a man who they can apparently ride, in his case. So to me, I don't understand why anyone really cares what his preference is anyway, because it doesn't seem that he prefers women of any color, in my opinion. Um, Now on Fit, I thought I would want to talk about this as well because Fit specifically was there, and he was agreeing that he thought that he was less than for being dark skinned. And, anytime these situations happen with dark skinned men, always apply what they said to themselves. You do not get offended. There's nothing to be offended with there. Because Fit is dark skinned. Fit is probably darker than all the women he's calling Shaniqua, LaQuisha, or whatever other name. So the joke is on him because, if they're night, what is he? He should never be attacking people for being dark skinned. Anyone for that matter. But a dark skinned person who does it, whether they're male or female, if they're doing it and they're attacking a dark skinned woman for being dark skinned, they're literally saying that they're less than for being dark skinned. And they're just trying to distract and talk about someone else because the main issue here is the fact that they're really upset that they're dark skinned. Because dark skin isn't an issue for people who aren't dark skinned. You know, Not even people who are light brown or brown skinned. Many of the time, dark skin isn't our issue. It's not going to be a thing that we're going to really focus on. The only time we do is when we feel dark skinned. And usually that's next to someone who's white or someone who's very light who is not of the black ancestry. They could be Asian, Hispanic, and so forth. You know. And you feel dark, so then you now are trying to, again, get a distraction and focus on someone else's dark skin. No one ever focuses on anyone's dark skin unless they feel dark skin themselves. Of black people, that is. Otherwise you're not going to care. And obviously he cares because he wishes that he looked like a white man. I'm pretty sure this guy would settle for even Fresh's color at this point. He's so dark that I'm pretty sure he's crying inside about how he looks every time he looks in the mirror. Um, and, you can conclude that anytime a dark skinned black man attacks dark skinned black women, you know, and a major thing with him is this: with any woman who's going to be with him, she's going to find a lot of issues because he doesn't love himself. He's expressed that. He doesn't like the skin he's in, he doesn't like how he looks. He wishes he was someone else, and he's trying to live through whatever woman he's with. So, there's nothing to be angry at. He insulted himself by insulting dark skin because he has it on him. So that's what I mean. I don't think a lot of dark skinned black women react properly to these type of situations because many of the time they put the insult on themselves when the insult was a personal thing that was self-defamation. Basically, in Fitz's case, he self-defamed himself, and Fresh basically exposed himself for his hidden and suppressed homosexuality. So either way, it was not a good look for either of them. It had nothing to do with dark-skinned black women, more so exposing the problems they have with themselves. One, unable to accept his homosexuality in Fresh's case, and Fit unable to accept the fact that he's dark-skinned in Fit's case. So thanks for watching.